Good morning, everyone. My name is Prashant Kumar, Associate Professor, EC Department, Ramchandra College of Engineering. This semester, I am going to handle antennas and wave propagation. It is a subject in the third year, first semester for EC students. So, my presentation is Introduction to Antennas and Wave Propagation. In third year, first semester, we have 5 subjects and 3 labs. The fifth subject is antenna and wave propagation. I am going to explain about the syllabus of these antennas and wave propagation according to R16 regulation in JNTU Kakinada. There are 4 objectives and 6 outcomes. The first objective is understand the application of electromagnetic waves in free space. Second objective is introduction of working principle of various types of antennas. Third objective is discuss the various applications of antennas and how antennas are designed for electronic systems based on their requirements. Fourth objective is understand the concepts of radio wave propagation in the atmosphere. There are 6 outcomes. After learning these 6 units, the students are able to identify the basic antenna parameter. Second outcome is design and analyze wire antennas, loop antennas, reflector antennas, lens antennas, horn antennas, and microstrip antennas. Quantify the fields radiated by various types of antennas. Design and analyze antenna arrays. Then analyze antenna measurements to assess antenna's performance. Identify the characteristics of radio wave propagation. Coming to first unit, it deals with introduction and how radiation mechanism works, how single wire radiates, how two wire radiates, how dipole radiates. And the fundamental parameters like radiation pattern, what is a half power beam width, what is polarization, what is gain, what is directivity, radiation intensity, gain and resolution, antenna apertures, all these things are discussed in the first unit. Coming to second unit, a brief analysis about wire antennas. In this unit, we discuss about monopole antenna and dipole antenna. The current distributions, we are going to derive their fields and also their directivities. Then we are going to discuss about loop antennas in detail. Third unit, we study about arrays. What is the importance of array? Array is a group of similar element. The basic point of array is to improve the gain or directivity. So in third unit, we are going to study about different types of arrays, broadside and end-fire array, then application part, Yagi-Oda array, and folded dipoles. Then fourth unit, we are going to discuss about non-resonant radiating antennas. Simple antennas which used at low frequencies. In this, we have traveling wave antenna, long wire antenna, microstrip antenna, which is used in your mobile phone and laptops, then helical antenna, which is used for deep space communication. Then we study about VHF and UHF antennas. In VHF and UHF antennas, we have parabolic reflectors, horn antennas, and we have lens antennas. Then sixth unit, we are going to study about wave propagation. So when the electromagnetic fields radiate from space to ground or from ground to space, they influenced by different layers of the atmosphere. How these layers will affect their performance. All these things we are going to study in sixth unit. The first unit, second unit are basic units, third unit and fourth unit, fifth unit are application, and sixth one is application part. The textbook prescribed is Antennas for All Application, John D. Cross, and Electromagnetic Waves and Radiating Systems by Jordan and Ballman. Even I found Antenna Theory by Belanis is very useful because it gives the design of antennas. So I think after learning these units, the student is able to get these outcomes. Next, coming to the prerequisite subjects. A basic knowledge about physics and mathematics is required. And here, the students have studied about physics and mathematics in their intermediate and first year. That is important. Then they studied about electromagnetic waves and transmission lines in second year, second semester. Electromagnetic wave properties are explained by Maxwell's equations, and transmission lines. They are also types of transmission lines, stub matching, VSWR, reflection coefficient, all these things are discussed in transmission lines. Then the student should be able to understand simple formulas based on differentiation and integration. Now, my presentation totally depending on these is categorized into these different parts. One is introduction, antenna properties, what is base station antennas, what are directional antennas, what are antennas for portable devices, mobile antennas, and conclusion. Coming to what is an antenna. Here we are seeing a big diagram which gives which is a dish shape, having a shape of a dish. So this dish is an antenna, parabolic reflector antenna. So what is an antenna? Antenna is a device which is used to transmit or receive electromagnetic waves. It is a definition according to IEEE. Second one is antenna transform wire propagated waves into space propagated waves. In other words, they convert voltage and current into electric and magnetic fields. There are many numerous applications we see in day-to-day life. There are few examples I have mentioned here. One is cell phone antenna, every day we use in our life. It is antenna which it is also having an antenna. It is a wireless device. The antenna or the cell phone transmits and receives signals. It is one example. Second example is wireless LAN antenna. Everybody is using mobile phone, wireless routers. How this wireless signal is connected with the device? Through wireless routers. So they do have antennas. So they transmit and receive signals. Third one is FM radio antennas. They only receive signals. They cannot transmit signals. Then satellite dish antenna. It is also an example for direct to home, which is located on the top of our house. It is only a receiving antenna. Fifth type of antenna is satellite antenna. It transmits as well as it receives signals. Next one is how antennas are evaluated. As we can see, these antennas, they have initially based upon their size. When the antennas are manufactured, they are having bulky size and the antenna is very long. But as the time has gone, as the years has passed, there have many changes. Like the antenna size has decreased. We can see the antenna can be go inside. And here if you observe, the antenna size is smaller than this in this particular device. And finally, the antenna is inside the mobile. So like this, initially the antenna size was long. Second, the antenna size you can keep inside this antenna. Third one is antenna size is decreased. Finally, the antenna is disappearing. So this is how the antennas have changed from previous time to now. Now antennas are used for a variety of reasons. We can see here the antennas are used for long distance communication. In long distance communication, where we cannot have wired, we cannot have transmission lines, we can use antennas there. Then this is an example for the previous slide. It's an example for GSM functional architecture. All our phones, they work at GSM frequency. What is GSM frequency? In GSM frequency, we we call it as global system for mobile communication. In GSM, we see that this end user is there. From this end user, the signal is transmitted to the tower, base transmit and receive station, then base station control, then it is going to network and switching subsystem, then it is going to operation subsystem. So depending upon the type of data, whether it is secured or not secured data, the application is encrypted or decrypted at this particular stage. This network and switching subsystem, they guide the data to which location it has to go. So the data is transferred from different devices, from a mobile phone, from a car. Car, if it is using a GPS, it will be indicated through this process. Then if it is a mobile phone, it is going to different terminals to get the information. Next one is what we are observing here is we can see that the changing market. Slowly, the market is being changed. See, the requirements of the consumer is more. He wants a small antenna, small mobile in which he can do multiple functions at the same time. At the same time, it should consume less power and performance should be very good. And at low cost, he should get. So when the requirements are more, the antenna design is becoming complex. So antenna field is a challenging field where you have many opportunities where you can explore. FCC, Federal Communication Commission, has made it a mandate that all cell phones should have E911 capability, which means they should all get the customer information. So this is one important part. Then we can see in this slide, what we see here is the future of wired world. In previous slide, what we have observed is all the devices are connected through wires or cables. Only few devices are connected through wireless. But now, in future, all the devices are connected wireless because there is a lot of advantages. During natural calamities or to have communication with remote places, you should have a wireless communication. Now at the end, I am going to tell you about what are the definitions for antennas. First of all, it is a sensor. It senses electromagnetic signals. Second one is it is a transducer. It converts voltage and current into electric and magnetic fields and transmits them into free space. Third one is impedance matching device. We know maximum power transfer theorem. In maximum power transfer theorem, the source impedance matches with the load impedance, then maximum power is transferred. So antenna impedance the impedance of transmission line with the impedance of free space. Fourth one is it transmits and receives electromagnetic waves. So it is acting like it is performing a dual role. What are different properties of antennas? It exhibits different properties. They are called as fundamental parameters. First one is polarization. Second one is radiation pattern or propagation pattern. Third one is half power beam width. Then gain, impedance, VSWR, return loss, then mechanical features. What is polarization? It can be defined as the orientation of electric field vector. See, you can see this direction, the electric field is located in the vertical direction, but it is having a locus of a circle. So polarization can be of three types: linear polarization, circular polarization, and elliptical polarization. Linear can be vertical or horizontal polarization. So mobile communications, they use vertical polarization, whereas broadcast systems, they use horizontal polarization. In this diagram, you can see this blue color is electric field and this red color is magnetic field, or vice versa. So next one is multiband or wideband. Wideband antennas are very popular nowadays because we need to perform different functions, tasks at the same time. So GSM frequency is 800 megahertz and Wi-Fi is 2.4 gigahertz and CDMA is approximately at 1900 megahertz. Like that, when the antenna is communicating at different frequencies, we need to have antennas which can operate at different frequencies. So those antennas are called as multiband antennas. So what are the advantages of these wideband antennas? They are more aesthetic, they are easier to manufacture, needs detailed systems, work to determine filtering, interference, and isolation issues. There are multiple issues related to wideband antennas which can be addressed. Next, what are the mechanical features? The antennas are always mounted at exposed sites. As a result, the antenna must be designed to withstand the required mechanical loading. Suppose if you take example of a mobile tower, it should withstand the wind velocities. Same, the vehicle antennas, it should withstand high wind velocity, vibrations, saloon washing, and still fulfill a limited wide noise requirement. It should be able to give good performance in this kind of environment. Then antennas for portable radio equipment are often exposed to ill handling, sometimes even played with by the user. So these base station antennas are exposed to all these parameters like high wind speed, vibrations, ice, snow, corrosive environment, and extreme electrostatic loading via lightning. So all these things should be addressed while designing an antennas. So with this,